Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another new vlog. Actually, another new video. I'm not vlogging right now. Today, I would be discussing about the 5 financial things which you should uh, completely avoid. I mean, you should not indulge in doing those things when you are in Canada. This is specifically for people who are new to Canada, the new immigrants. You should avoid all these financial aspects at all costs. So those who are new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe and press the bell icon to get notifications as soon as I upload a new video. Also, those who are in my channel, if any of your friends or family, or if anybody you know is planning to immigrate to Canada, you can share these videos. It might be of some help to them. Also, I keep sharing vlogs often in my channel. So you might have a faint idea by now what exactly is the current situation in Canada. I am personally based out of Toronto, like it's the hub of new immigrants. Let's start our video. I have jotted down points in my journal. My first point is that uh, for you, what you should avoid is not building a good credit history. So, those who are coming to Canada, I would give them an advice to get a credit card. Building a good credit history in Canada has a lot of advantages. It will help you in getting a good accommodation because your landlord might want to know what type of credit history you have had. And also in the future, if you have a good credit history and you are planning to buy a house on mortgage, the banks will approve your mortgage once they see that your credit history is good. A good credit history is anything between 300 to 900 points. So yeah, you know what, when I was in India, I had seen my parents not using credit card. They were really very wary of this credit card concept. But यहाँ पे आके मैंने देखा कि everything is through plastic. Like you swipe the credit card and everything is like that. But in India ऐसा नहीं है अभी भी. People are really wary about using credit cards. I've seen people in my family not using credit card, scared that what if we fail to make the payments, we'll be asked to give interest and all. But here it's not like that. If you need to go ahead in life, if you want to make big purchases like a house, I said about that a couple of minutes ago, you need to show the bank that you have a good credit history. You should don't overspend when you know that you cannot repay back. Also, it's mandatory, to show credit history at many places like housing, then getting a house on mortgage. Then if you are doing a big purchase, or if you are buying something in installments and you do not have a good credit history, then you might be denied. Or if you do not have a credit history, you might not be allowed to rent out a house, etc. So make sure that you go and get a good credit card, like from a good bank. There are 5 banks here in Canada, and you maintain and build a strong credit history through that. Every transaction is through plastic now. Like by plastic I mean credit card. Here in Canada, nobody uses. I've seen people seldom use money. Transactions are very rare. So everything is through credit card or online. My second point is that do not take payday loans. Payday loans, if you must know, payday loans are those small pawn shops type of things, places like they give you cash. They hand you cash if you and that is a loan, and the interest is around 90%. 90% is the interest. Like it's huge, and you would be forever paying that loan. It's like a trap, a vicious circle. So like cash for you is there, or cash and carry. The concept of payday loans is very very rampant in Canada as well as in the US. But my advice to any new immigrant is that please avoid any kind of payday loans, because you will not be able to, if once you miss the deadline of paying back the loan, they will charge you a very very high interest rate, that might be even more than what is the principal amount. So please stay away from payday loans. No cash and carry, no carry cash for you, etc. So do not take payday loans because you will be in debt for a very, very long time. Mistake number 3, financially, which most Indians or most new immigrants do, is that they do not budget. Like I till a certain point of time, even I never used to give a lot of importance to budgeting, because every month I was getting paid in India. So I have a very crappy record of keeping a budget. But my husband here has been a very, very sorted guy, and he keeps a budget of everything, and saves. Yes, saving is very important. As Indians, I know that it's ingrained in us that we should save no matter what happens. So you can make a budget on your monthly rent, then public transport, car loans, car insurance, then the taxes, maintenance fees if you are in a condo, and taxes if you are in a house. There will be water bill, there will be electricity bill, your phone bill will be there, and so on and so forth. So you make a budget. The government of Canada has an app for this. So I would be putting down the link for that app in the description box below. You can go ahead and check the budget calculator which the government of Canada has, and maintain your monthly budget like this. So as a new immigrant, it's very, very important for you to come and budget, because you know what, you're leaving everything behind, you're leaving your comfort zone behind and coming to a completely different place, a foreign country, and you never know what type of emergency there can be. I know that the medical is free, but for the first 3 months it is like you have to have an insurance, and only then you get a OHIP card. And emergency can be of any kind, so it's very, very important to have a monthly budget. You can use the government of Canada monthly budget calculator and sort out the things that are recurring, like that would be there, and then keep a separate fund for emergency, because you never know what can happen in a foreign country. Also, my fourth point here would be like, do not live paycheck to paycheck. I have seen many people live here paycheck to paycheck. You know why? Because here in North America, you are paid your salary into twice. You're paid salary twice. Once it comes on the 15th of the month, and the other it comes on the 30th of the month. So you are tempted to spend out a large chunk of your salary. Many people I have known, they spend one part of their salary, like the first bi-weekly check is spent. Do not do that. Do not live paycheck to paycheck here, because again, it's a foreign country. You do not know what kind of situation you can be in. It's very, very new. There can be emergency of any type, monetary emergency I'm talking about. So try to save some amount, say 10% or even 5% of your 2 of the paychecks that you get. Because मुझे यहाँ पे ऐसा लगता है कि the government wants you to live paycheck to paycheck. At times I feel like that, because they are like, okay, fine, we are giving you this influx of money on the 15th, spend, because you, at the back of your mind, you know that okay, if I spend on the 15th of the month, there would be a paycheck coming at the end of the month, and I might be able to sustain. But please do not do that. Do not live paycheck to paycheck. My fifth point is that do not miss any bill payment. Do not, absolutely not miss any bill payment. When you miss a bill payment, you might have to give a lot of interest. And also, see, if you miss your monthly rent, paying your monthly rent, then you might be evicted from your condo or your apartment. You never know. If you miss your this monthly credit card bill payment, then you would be asked to pay a lot of interest, which is like a huge amount. The interest on the credit cards are huge, missing. And also, you know what, there is a tool for pre-authorized payment. Like there is a tool which you can set in through your bank. Bank pre-authorized payment कहते हैं उसको. There would be a reminder set from your bank on particular dates, wherein some money would be deducted in lieu of, say, on the 5th of every month you are going to pay. You know that you have to pay your electricity bill. On the 6th you have to pay your water bill. Then there are house taxes on a particular date which you need to pay. So you can set all those can be set in your bank, through your bank, sorry. It is known as the bank pre-authorized payment, and every bank in Canada has this facility. So do that. I suggest do that so that you do not forget anything regarding paying out, so that you do not miss anything, because missing a bill payment here can be a big thing. Like I said, if you miss your paying your rent, you might be evicted by the landlord. Then if you miss paying your taxes, you might be like, asked to, you might not be able to get your refund. This is my last point. Actually, there are 6 points here, not 5. My last point is that learn how to do your own taxes. In India, I never did my own taxes. I had a tax consultant, but here the Government of Canada again has, go to the Government of Canada website and they have a tax calculator. So you can use that. You can download the forms that are there and calculate your tax on your own. Also, again, there is another very useful resource known as the TurboTax. We use the TurboTax. It's very, very simple. I think there is a nominal charge for that. There is a software package which comes. So you get that and you file your own taxes. In India, I used to get people to file my taxes, and I had no clue about how to do the taxes. But here you learn on your own, and there are facilities which the government provides, so that you are enabled enough to pay your taxes. So these are the points. To summarize, to end my topic here, is that these are the points that you should keep in mind, so that you are not financially screwed as a new immigrant when you land. You should have a good credit history. Try building a good credit history. I know that when you come here as a new immigrant, you will not be having any credit history, but then get a credit card and try to build up a good credit history. It is very important. It will help you in the future. Do not take any payday loans, because you would be trapped in a vicious cycle. If you miss any interest, you will have to pay. If you miss any payment, you will have to pay a huge amount of interest, which would not be in your interest. Mistake number 3 is that not maintaining a budget. Please maintain a monthly budget. To get more info, please go to the Government of Canada website, and there is a monthly budget calculator which they have. You download that and accordingly you budget every month. The 4th point is that do not live paycheck to paycheck. Yes, here every company pays salary twice in a month. Once is on the 15th and the other is on the 30th. Please do not get carried away and spend all your money on the 15th thinking that okay, on the 30th I have a backup and I will be getting money which I would be utilizing or saving, whatever. Do not do that. Try to save. Also, do not miss any bill payments, any type of bill payments. Please go to your bank and ask for this facility of the bank pre-authorized payment, wherein you would be reminded by the bank where all what are the dates that you need to pay your taxes and all your bills, various bills. Also, try to get your taxes done on time and learn how to do those taxes. There are various tools available. My personal favorite is TurboTax, but you can also go to the Government of Canada website and download the forms, and they also have a tax calculator. So do that and remain tension free. So I spoke a lot and in one breath. Hope you enjoyed the video today, and hope it this is some kind of information that you would need if you are planning to move to Canada, and I hope that it helps people who are planning to come here, the new immigrants who are planning to come here. Signing off right now. Please subscribe to my channel and keep enjoying my videos. Ciao.